Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This project is a pizza cutter holder, and this is made from a natural cotton material. The stabilizer in it so that it can give that shape, and also when you put the pizza cutter in, it kind of support and protect the blade as well. It's fully lined. There's a button here to close and a loop to hold that in. I did a bit of a quilting so that it gives it that neater finish. Alright, so once you have your pizza cutter in that, it's very much protected from you getting cut, or maybe from your kids getting cut. Alright, so come along and I'll show you how I make this. Okay, so let's get started and I'll show you how I make this one. So I have all my pieces here, and I also press on the interfacing on the flap, and I have my 4 pieces, and I also have the press on stabilizer onto these. This one, it was just the regular stabilizer that you sew in. Alright, so the press on, I would recommend the press on much better, because you press it on, it stays and it doesn't move. Alright, so let's get started with the marking here. So that's done. Now I'm going to take my lining I'm going to take the 2 halves of the lining and then the right sides together. I'm going to leave about 4 inches open on one side. I'm going to stitch here and from this end all the way around. So what we're going to do is just trim the edges just a little bit so you don't have a lot of fabric when you turn. And then right around these corners you're gonna notch the seams. And these notches is just so when you turn it, you get a nice round seam. All right, so now we're gonna take the flap, and with right sides together, we're gonna stitch this all the way around. So as we did the other piece, we're going to trim this around as well. And then we're going to notch around. Turn the flap inside out. And you can press this if you like, but for now it's not necessary. What I'm going to do is give this a nice top stitch right around. Alright, so now that I've finished stitching that, I'm going to fold this over just to create the center. And about 1 centimeter from the stitch right here, I'm going to put my mark in. And this marking here is for this button. Right, so my buttonhole is going to be about 1.5 centimeters. Right, so now the buttonhole is done. What I'm going to do is take one of my padded side, the right side for the buttonhole, so I'm going to turn it that way. So basically it's right side to right side. Make sure it is centered. So that means you have, so when you stitch here and there, it's the right side. What you can do is also mark the center. You can also mark the center and place it onto this notch, and that's the center as well. We're going to pin this in place. Just to keep this in place, I'm just going to stitch that across. Okay, so that's done. Take this other half and I'll just place it on top of this. I'll pin this in place so that it doesn't move around. And then what I'm gonna do here is stitch this all the way around. So I finished stitching the edges, I just notched the corners, and now I'm going to turn this inside out. Alright, so that's done. See how it looks here. So now you grab your lining and you leave your lining on the wrong side like this. So what you do next is you take the padded one and you place it inside the lining. And you make sure that your side seams are all matched together. And with the padded side seam, what I normally do is place the seam away from the flap. That's just because it would reduce the thickness of it. So you take the seam in the padded one and you place it onto the side that doesn't have the flap. And you do the same thing with this. Alright, so once you have that in place, you can go to your machine and you stitch that all the way around here. The part that's open, we're going to turn this inside out right through there. Sure and turn your corners out properly, and then you just fold the sides in. You can press this now if you like, or you can just use your fingers and you press that down so it stays. I'm gonna stick my label in here and then I'm gonna close that up. So I'm just going to push the lining inside. Alright, so I went ahead and put my button. So now we have your finished product here. All I do is close the case up like this. You have the handle here where you can hang the case.